is the United Autosport. It is with damage, and oh no, Porsche makes the contact with Audi, and Porsche straight into the Pirelli barrier. That's for sure a nice advertisement for the Pirelli, our main sponsor of the race, but it is not really good for Porsche, and it makes a contact with a wall, and oh no, and makes some further contacts that is not really good. So Audi leads this race with the leading Audi that has been leading the race, and there it goes into the Pirelli wall. There it is. It has crashed out of the lead. This Audi has crashed out of the lead, and it is down to P7. It is not out of the race, but it is down. Oh, and it stops on track. It has stopped on the track. Does that mean it has oh my days, even more traffic right here? That's a traffic jam. That is an absolute chaos here at the Ribeirão Preto. Corvette crashes into the wall. Pretty much everybody crashes into this Audi. Seems like the engine has stopped, and it is chaotic mess here at the Ribeirão Preto. But seems like the engine has just stopped working, as it has given all of our competitors an extreme logistical challenge. Just have a look what was happening. That's the slow motion replay of the mess here at the Ribeirão Preto. Corvette has crashed into the same wall, and it had just nowhere to go but to stay in this complete mess. And that's our first DNF, and that's the leading Audi. That's the level of drama I like. Leading Audi crashes out of the race, barely lasting 10 minutes. That's 50 minutes and 17 seconds to go. And now I believe half of the field will need to go into the pits, because pretty much everyone has damage. Oh no, that's 100% not the competitors we wanted to see going out. Oh my days. So where it has started, Ford GT has made a massive impact with a wall coming out of the first sector, and while trying to keep the car on track, it has crashed with BMW Z4, and there we go. Alongside the impact with the wall, with the barrier, it has led both of them crashing out of the race. That's surely dramatic, and oh, that's heartbreaking for Ford. They were running in extremely nice positions. Lamborghini collects them, and right now is the traffic jam once more. It is traffic jam. A lot of Lamborghinis are collecting those guys as well, and Ford GT, Aston Martin just tries not to avoid them, and in the meanwhile collects the Aston Martin advertisement. Honestly, my heart has just stopped for a second. Oh my days, heavy impact. Aston Martin. That's the number 2 Aston Martin. Oh my days, that was a moment that my heart stopped for a second. And Corvette are going wheel to wheel, and Z4 has a move on Corvette, and it is Lamborghini on into the wall, and there goes BMW Alpine. A heavy crash in this particular chicane. We were only on the first ever lap of this particular race, and isn't it the Lamborghini which started the race on pole position? Yes, it is. Unfortunate heavy drama for the pole sitter, as Lamborghini provides an outstanding crash in this particular chicane, and into the wall it rolls, almost goes over the fence. Ford GT makes a contact with the Corvette, and there it goes. What has happened while we were talking about one Ford? Oh, and it is Corvette. Corvette has suffered an accident as well. It has spun in that particular chicane. But what has happened to Ford? Did it hit the Corvette? Let's see. Ford flips over in this particular chicane, and you can see in the background Porsche spins as well. Porsche spins, Ford GT into the wall. Aston Martin, my god, what an impact, what a heavy impact right here. Aston Martin right into the side of Porsche. Corvette spins in the background as well. Aston Martin, oh, and there goes Porsche. It returns back onto the track, and Ford GT in the background as well spins. Aston Martin into the back of Ford. Oh, so that's what has caused this heavy impact. This is what has caused the DNF. Corvette goes into the Ford as well. So this is well, really unfortunate situation. What has happened, because Audi, if you ask me, so really dramatic, heavily dramatic point in this particular race. There it goes with a roll upside down and into the Pirelli fence. So that might be really beneficial advertisement for Pirelli, if you ask me, but not really the way Pirelli wanted it to do so. And Corvette makes a crash in the chicane, running on third place, and Audi tried to make a move on BMW Alpina in this chicane of champions, and there it goes, BMW Alpina into the wall of champions. It never hit the wall, did it? Oh, there you go, it did. So this one does really look spectacular, does really look dramatic, but in reality this hasn't been really a big impact. So there you go, and between Porsche, and both of them are out of the race. So there goes Audi, it bounces a bit on the sausage curb, and there it goes Porsche. Well, Porsche has had damage before it. It lost just a bit of traction right here, and you can see there it goes. It crashes into the back of Audi, and both of them are out of this race. So really dramatic conclusion for Porsche there, and as both of them, Audi and Porsche, are out of this race. It's heavy drama. It is heavy drama for Lamborghini. It crashes in the chicane of death, and for the first time ever leading this race, it crashes out of the lead. Lamborghini, leading this race for the first time ever, loses all the chances of the first ever victory in the GT World Endurance Championship, and Lamborghini into the wall of death and out of the race. This is heavy drama, really heart-stopping moment. For Audi as well. Drama for leading Audi as it crashes into the chicane of death. There it goes. Oh, and there was another Audi in that particular chicane already. So there you go, Audi spins, and another one goes into it, and another one into the back of it. So this particular the trajectory and into Corvette, extremely heavy accident between them, and Porsche is out of the race. Corvette spins around. A closer look at what has happened. There goes BMW Z4. So it was the BMW which caused the accident. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. BMW hasn't quite managed to make it through the Maggots and Beckett's, and as you can see, there goes Porsche. It tried to return back onto the track, and it goes right into the path of Corvette. So that becomes the first DNF of this race, and in fact first DNF of the weekend, because we didn't have any DNFs during Wednesday's sprint. A lot of debris are being sent onto the track, and Corvette in the Maggots and Beckett chicane, it loses the front bonnet, and it now returns back onto the track safely. This time 4GT almost makes contact with it, and 4GT flips over as well. Another crash at Maggots and Beckett's. 4GT flips over dramatically, and that's an extremely here's what was happening. BMW Alpina returns back onto the track after a horrific accident. 4GT tries to 4GT tries to not to crash to it, tries to avoid it, and there it goes onto this sausage curb 1, first one, second one, and at that particular moment nothing stops it from rolling over and over. Horrific accident here at Silverstone at the Maggots and Beckett chicane, and that's due to the sausage curbs. Slow motion replay of 4GT rolling over an extremely high speed out of the Beckett's into the Chapel curve, and going to meet the barrier, the tire barrier, right at the end of this particular corner. Marshall's looking at this Porsche slows down for the corner. Aston Martin makes a heavy contact with this particular Porsche. It loses a lot of parts, so a lot of debris being it will not go into the pits by the end of this very lap. Let's just see what has happened there. So there is BMW Z4, it makes a heavy contact. Well, Porsche just runs directly into it. It loses the bonnet, but nothing more. Porsche continues. That looked just, a tiny bit clumsy. There it goes, it spins in the final corner. 4GT makes a tiny contact with it, so does Audi. They're all going through, and now what is happening here? Corvette has to dive directly into the pits, and there it goes. It hits the wall, which is directly, in front, in the very entrance to the pits, and it spins round. It is drifting here at Sebring. So that's, that's how you enter pits at Sebring, and it makes just a tiny little spin in a tiny bit of a drift. There it goes into the final corner. Sunset Bend, very nice name for the corner. And it has to pit this lap, so there you go. Oops, didn't really plan that. You see? Oh, yes, here we go. We had Aston Martin. Aston Martin has spun in the background. Aston Martin, there it goes. You can see 4GT crashes into Aston Martin. 4GT is out of the race. This is heavy drama for the home manufacturer. 4GT is out of the race here at Sebring in a dramatic accident. Here out of the final corner, out of the Sunset Bend, Aston Martin spins round in that particular final corner. 4GT collects it heavily into the back of the British manufacturer. There you go. It is 4GT out of the race. Oh, and there were even more heavy accidents. Corvette alongside another 4GT have massively crashed into the back of Aston Martin, and that's completely not what you want to hear. Exclusive on board. Just to check out what has happened. Aston Martin spins on its own. Number 2, Aston Martin spins on its own. collects Ford. Ford is out of the race, and there you go, it wants to go into the pits. Oh my god, oh my days. BMW Alpina crashes into it. That's unfortunately a bad result, and that's a DNF for Aston Martin. Let's watch it again. Aston Martin, as I said, spins in the Sunset Band. That's the final corner of the Sebring International Motorway. First and foremost, Audi collects it. There it goes. It spins just a bit, and there it goes. Heavy impact, dramatically heavy impact. Ford GT, unfortunately, into the front of Aston Martin. Porsche is the next car to crash into it. There is Aston Martin, Ford, and another Porsche. We're just going to drop it a bit out of the slow motion. There you can see Corvette and Ford. But I wonder what happened there. Unfortunately, we are not getting a better view. Oh, that's what happened. Well, you see, that's what happened. Audi collects Aston Martin, and it is a heavy impact right into this wall, which separates the barrier from the drivers. It right now handled a massive test to see whether it was capable of halting a car. Well, it is, but unfortunately Aston Martin and Ford GT both are out of the race, alongside many other competitors which are yet to pit this lap. This is and Lamborghini, in fact, in P13 will pit this lap as well. You can see it has a lot of damage. I wonder what happened there. Oh, there it goes. On the two wheels here at the final corner of Circuit Bathurst, and into the wall, heavy impact. Safely, well, fortunately, doesn't harm spectators in any way. Brilliant safety systems here in Bathurst, but surely not so beneficial for Lamborghini, as it will now box this lap after this very accident. Audi. Oh, and that's what happened here. You can see just in the background, Audi makes a contact with another Audi, which spins in the final corner. A lot of debris are flying away, hopefully not into the path of spectators, and Corvette makes accident, makes a crash with Audi, and that's your first ever retirement out of this race. And that is Audi. Crashed heavily into the wall. That is not a DNF. It continues to race, but something has definitely happened there. It makes contact with Corvette. It spins around and almost into the wall. It makes contact with the wall. What happened there? Oh, well, yeah, that is Porsche. That's what has happened. That is Porsche rolling around itself, making a huge contact with the wall, and well, that's a massive accident actually, and it continues to roll around itself and makes contact with another Porsche and into the wall. So BMW Alpina, let me just tell you what happened. The number 9 BMW Alpina spins out of the corner number 20. That's an extremely slow speed accident. Oh, there goes Porsche. Porsche has actually crashed into the BMW Alpina, and Porsche made this BMW go out of the race. That is Audi once more, seeing a car stranded in front of it. That's third time in a row, and it crashed into BMW Alpina completely. Then another Audi collected it, another Porsche collected it, but originally that was a Porsche that has triggered this accident. So 10 minutes into the race and BMW Alpina is out. That's our first official retirement. And once more, that's the infamous corner number 13, which has not really seen many accidents in the sprint, but tell you what, it is seeing many accidents in the race. Heavy impact into the wall, direct crash into the fence, and there you go, nothing you can do about it. Another DNF, and that's another BMW, but this time not the Alpina but the Z4. Oh no, it just seems like it's getting worse and worse. That is Aston Martin, number 1 Aston Martin. Oh, and the crash happened right before that. So Porsche has crashed into the wall, and then seconds later into the same wall goes Aston Martin. Heavy impact, but hopefully this safe protect barrier has saved the car and saved the driver. Well, but that was not really the case of an accident. Oh, so there you go, that's another Porsche. Well, nothing Porsche could do about it. It's just unfortunate. It's just really unfortunate. Porsche could do absolutely nothing about it. Straight into the direction of Aston Martin. The British manufacturer continues to race, unlike Porsche, which is unfortunately out of the race. And that is, I believe, corner number 3. So, well, sector number 3, corner number 20. There you go. That's what was happening. Porsche spins. Audi collects it. Nothing is wrong there. Oh, but then Porsche just straight into the barrier. Unfortunately, we have the replay. So there you go. Oh, it goes on the 2 wheels and into the barrier, I believe. Yes. It has damage. But it somehow makes the way back onto the track. And oh my days, Ford was so lucky there. There you go. There you go. That's an Aston Martin. Right into the barrier. Massive accident. Wow, that looks really horrifying. Wow, the car is just flying all over the place. But tell you what, I believe Aston Martins were built much better than Range Rovers. This Aston Martin is able to continue the race after this gigantic shunt, gigantic crash. It continues to go. It continues to so frequently. Ford GT is up to P5. Corvette into the same barrier. Corvette into the same wall. The yellow Corvette this time. Well, now we have bingo. White Corvette and yellow Corvette both. Oh my days. Gray smoke is coming out of that, I believe, V8 engine, and seems like that what Corvette has happened there. And that is Corvette leading. Corvette has made an accident. Porsche has also made an accident. Aston Martin is stranded in this accident. It makes a contact. Corvette is. It has crashed. Aston Martin has also crashed. Assets of the Indianapolis Porsche in the leading Porsche spins round. And it makes contact with Aston Martin and with another Porsche as well. It is even more drama here in the beginning stages of the race, as even more Porsches and Audi are making contacts. It is another bit of carnage right here at this part of action. But oh my god, there's Lamborghini. Lamborghini spins round. Audi spins round into the wall. Right in the final corner of the second lap. It is going extremely slowly. And it is Audi as well to spin at the final corner, but with much heavier impact right into the wall. It goes in the final corner, into the tire barrier. So does the Lamborghini, and you can see it was exiting this runoff area extremely slowly right at the very moment. The thing is, it just feels like it is not really able to deal with it. These particular corners do not seem really well for Porsche. Well, initially it has made contact with BMW Z4, which went on the two wheels and almost it has, well, almost flipped around, and here, as you can see, Porsche. Unfortunate luck for both of them. In the latest races, leading Corvette spins out in the Virage Darnage. Let's see what has happened. It goes just straight directly into the tire barrier. Heavy impact, heavy crash for Audi, and into the wall it goes, and out of this particular race came down to second position. And right now it gets even worse for it. But even though we can clearly see it was Audi's mistake, it has spun just a bit. It went into a bit of a drift here at the U-turn. Now there goes another Porsche straight into the barrier here at Nouvelle Chicane, and we have carnage at Nouvelle Chicane. A lot of damage has been occurred to the drivers and a lot of cars, a lot of debris. My god, have a look at this. Absolutely tremendous amount of debris is being sent right onto the track, as we are having now a lot of drivers who are in trouble, and we will have definitely a lot of guys who will go into the pits. And Corvette this time flips around in the final corner, produces even more drama. Oh my god, another Corvette at the very Raskas, this is Audi, this is Audi, this is P3 Audi, which was at first leading this race. To this Audi, it has hit the barriers. Oh, there was a massive contact with the wall here at the exit of into it. But what's more important, it is now blocking the whole way at Raskas. We have a car park at Raskas and it is blocking the whole way, and there comes Porsche and Lamborghini right into the back of it. And this circuit is really narrow here, and it might cause a lot of problems to our drivers, as they are all now trying to navigate through this stranded car. Yellow flags double, and there it goes down the inside at the Nouvelle Chicane, and it crashes and flips round and goes on the roof and picks up a lot of damage, brings up the yellow flags, and collides with Aston Martin. Oh my god, Aston Martin picks up damage, and extremely risky move performed by Audi down the inside at the Nouvelle Chicane and right into the wall, and spinning, going over the roof, picking up heavy damage after that particular accident, and going into the fence. Luckily, not going into the sea. The fence has saved Audi from that, and oh, and there goes Aston. It picks up this scenario goes right as you have predicted. Oh my god, another Audi is stranded here, and the Audi just lost it. Oh, and somebody crashed into it, and Lamborghini went over itself, flipped over. Somebody crashed into it, because I have seen the wheels. Accident, heavy accident. Porsche is out of the race. This is the real reason what happened for the yellow flag. Porsche is out of the race. Drama and chaos for Porsche. Ford GT collects it, makes it go out of the tunnel. Actually, there is a slight downhill slope from the tunnel, so Porsche, like on the neutral, comes out of it, but it doesn't have a wheel. So there's that. Oh, that's the part of the puzzle. This Porsche has crashed somewhere at the U-turn, because I saw there were a lot of debris at that particular corner. So there it goes. It was, oh my god, it got collected by Lamborghini, and it went straight into the barriers. But with 35 minutes to go, Audi leads the 1 hour of Monte Carlo. There goes Audi. Oh, it collects another Audi. It collects the leading Audi. It blocks the way out of the Nouvelle Chicane. It reverses. Oh my god, almost collects Porsche into the barriers. It goes. It now blocks the halfway here at the Nouvelle Chicane. It reverses down. This was so close to Ford picking up any damage, but fortunately it did not end up so, as we are now spectating Audi going into the tire barrier out of the Nouvelle Chicane, picking up a lot of damage, and it will now go into the pits at the end of this very lap. And that's what happened to Lamborghini and Ford GT, going so nicely this race, and drop down to 4th position. So the here comes, oh my god, this is BMW Z4 in the 5th position, goes out of the race. BMW Z4. Oh, it has been consistently staying on 5th position, but picks up collects the wall out of the Nouvelle Chicane, and unfortunate contact, the big contact with the wall. All of the debris are going into the sea, into the water, over the fence. during the sprint. This is the Variante Alta, and we can see there it goes. Didn't like the brakes went a bit hot, I guess, over the temperature limit, and we can see Porsche out of the race. Into the wall it goes. Major crash between two Corvettes, as the yellow Corvette almost repeats the situation for the third position, but this Corvette actually manages to flip over itself, somehow not damaging Porsche, and as you can see here, it flips over itself, goes on the roof. Porsche takes third position and flips over itself several times until it goes back on track onto the wheels in the normal shape.